This is my review of Bruce Dickinson's latest solo album, The Mandrake Project. First song, Afterglow of Ragnarok. Maybe this will be a controversial opinion right at the start, but I find it very difficult to review this track. Somehow the mixing just isn't working and I don't like listening to this track. I think they were going for some huge majestic sounds with choirs and stuff, but it sounds like a mess. And you can't really hear any instrument or vocal well. It's just some strange porridge. And it might be a good song. It might, but I just can't hear past the bad mix. I did not have the same problem with other songs on this album, or not to this extent. Many Doors to Hell. Initially, this song didn't do anything for me, but after a few times that I've listened to it, it seems it could be the same situation like Devil in a Hog from Tyranny of Souls. This has the potential to grow on me and become a well-liked song for me. Time will tell. Rain on the Graves. This song I do like. It's a good rocker, with a chorus that stays in your head. And I do like the tongue-in-cheek attitude of this song. There really is not much to say about it, but it's a pretty easy to listen rock song. It's fine. Resurrection Men. When this song started, I had to check that am I still listening to Bruce Dickinson. I really did not expect this. You know, the opening riff, it has a very cool Western vibe onto it. And the song, I'd say the song is mostly that opening riff to me and the guitar sound. The rest of the song goes down nicely, it's fine. But the opening riff is the main course here. Honestly, when that starts playing, it sounds like something that could be from a Quentin Tarantino movie. And it should be on a Tarantino movie. Fingers in Wounds. I don't know what to say. It's an okay track, but nothing special comes to mind. It's fine. Somehow more the same feel as Rain on the Graves, and this feels more recently recorded compared to some other songs on this album. I'll come back to that later on. Eternity Has Failed. Most people already know this song from Iron Maiden. It's pretty much the same song. Few words are different and it's a bit shorter. The main difference is the solo section that is great here. The solo section is pretty wild and imaginative, feels improvised and it feels lively and vibrant. And that part of the song is so great. My ideal version probably would be, you know, the Iron Maiden song, but this solo section and cut the speeches. I'm sure someone has made it and it's somewhere on YouTube. Mistress of Mercy. Guitar start is very reminiscent of Chemical Wedding album. Otherwise, I just have to say this is a filler song, plain and simple. If this was cut out of the album, no one would notice. Let's move on. Face in the Mirror. I can hear the outcry of people saying, this is lame. And it kinda is. I think this is a very decent track. Slow and soft. When it starts playing, you don't rush to change the song. When it starts playing, you're more like, yeah, it's fine. Bruce has a really strong track record with these slower songs, with acoustic songs and ballads. You know, like Aqua Space, Omega, acoustic song, Navigate the Seas of the Sun, and Change of Heart among my favorites. So compared how good Bruce usually is with these songs, this is kind of lame. But I'd say it's still good enough. Shadow of the Gods. This is the song why I wanted to do this review. This is an interesting song. I really like this one. It's my favorite song on the album, obviously. When you start listening to it, it always kind of just goes by. And sometime afterwards you start hearing in your head some sections of it and oh wait, that was kind of cool. Wait, wow, yeah. I need to listen to that one again. Then you put it on, listen again. It kind of goes by. Again. And then again, later on, you start thinking, wait, that section was cool. And I think why it always just goes by is due to the lack of repetition. In a usual song, you might have a very repetitive structure. Few verses and chorus, 3 to 4 times. This just moves to different sections and doesn't look back. Almost like Bruce had 3 short songs and he just rammed them together. I love the bit here when he sings forever, evermore. Nice. And then the song starts to roar, and at the end of the song, there's these few last notes that are awesome. They are awesome. When he does, his thing, it's Bruce's thing. He sings something, and then the backing vocal does it an octave higher. That is what he does, and it's always cool. But at the end, your brain thinks at those few last notes, wait, he could have stretched those notes a bit more, made a bit more slow. But then again, that would have been the obvious thing to do. Now it kind of surprises you, and that's why it makes you think afterwards. It kind of sticks in your head because it's not the obvious way to do it. And that's why I love it, because I love thinking about how they do this, how he came up with that solution for that particular note. But, it's always fun to speculate, and this gives you cause to speculate. And it makes you more involved with the song. Sonata, Immortal Beloved. This is a bit weird, but fun. This is sung with lots of emotion, and it feels almost like hell with being spot on. This is a raw, emotional song, so let's have lots of raw emotion. And it's fun. People should do that more often. Music is almost ambient here, but it works with this story. Bruce's voice here and on some other parts of the record sounds kind of young. He said some of these songs were written over 20 years ago, but it also sounds that something might have been recorded 20 years ago, because his voice does sound very young. This story in this song is, I guess, a bit like a vampire who loved me type of story. I don't know, I don't usually really listen to lyrics that much. I just focus on the music and the vocal melodies. But this song, it's fine closure for the album. It kind of mellows you out. So, my overall opinion. Well, it's nowhere near as strong as 3 previous solo albums from Bruce, which just happened to be among the best metal albums ever, honestly. Chemical Wedding, Accident of Birth, Tyrannous Souls are really strong metal albums, heavy rock albums. This album is not very coherent or unified. It's kind of all over the place, with very different kind of songs stylistically, and I'd say some of these songs just don't fit with each other. It seems that they didn't even try to make a unified album here. It feels more like a compilation album to me. I wasn't bothered with the possible overall story arc. Maybe that would tie things more together, I don't know. But this has some very good tracks on it, and it still might be like fifth best Bruce solo album. And I'm really glad we got more Bruce solo stuff, because I really do like his music. On a final note, I might say, too bad he had only one show in Finland in a very small venue. I had no chance to get into that one. I really wish I could see him live someday, and I really wish he would play Navigate the Seas of the Sun.